Hello, everyone, and welcome to Don't Watch at 3 a.m. 3 boxes, 3 cursed dolls, and tonight I'm opening them at 3 a.m., the witching hour. Sounds insane, right? This was a challenge sent by one of my viewers, and I never backed down from a challenge. But what happened with the third doll forced me to stop filming immediately. Even now, remembering it still gives me chills. Stay with me, because after this video, you will never look at dolls the same way again. The origin of the 3 cursed dolls. To understand how serious this challenge was, you need to know where these dolls came from. These were not normal toys. The first doll I bought the first doll from a second-hand shop in Dalat. The owner warned me not to buy it. She said at least 3 people returned it after strange things started happening in their homes. One person even broke their leg just 2 days after bringing it home. The doll once belonged to a little girl who died in a traffic accident in 1995. The disturbing detail? A crack across the doll's forehead, exactly where the girl was injured. The second doll. The second doll came from an abandoned house outside Saigon. I found it inside a room locked from the inside, with no other exit. The doll sat in the center of the room, surrounded by white chalk circles. According to occult research, those circles are used for sealing rituals, meant to trap a spirit inside an object. The third doll. The third doll was different. I received it from an anonymous viewer. No return address, no letter, just a small note that said, "Please help her find peace." When I opened the box, I saw a doll with long black hair, green glass eyes, and it was smiling. Not a toy smile, a knowing smile. Why 3 a.m.? Why open them at 3 a.m.? Spiritually, 3 a.m. is believed to be the time when the veil between worlds is thinnest. It's often called the devil's hour. Scientifically, between 3 and 4 a.m., the human body is at its weakest. Lowest body temperature, peak melatonin, reduced immune response. This is also when the brain produces higher levels of natural DMT, making hallucinations and fear more intense. So if anything was going to happen, this was the moment. Preparation. I didn't do this recklessly. I spent 2 weeks preparing. A spiritual shaman cleansed the room with incense, salt, and protective charms. I set up 5 cameras, including infrared night vision. I used an EMF meter. Normally it reads 0.2 to 0.5 milligauss. Anything above 1.0 is considered abnormal. And 2 friends waited outside, ready to break in if something went wrong. The night begins 2:45 a.m. The room was dark. Only the infrared camera glowed. 3 boxes sat on the table. My heart was pounding. The first doll 3 a.m. EMF reading before opening, 0.3. Normal. I opened the box. The moment I touched the doll, a cold sensation spread up my arm, like my body heat was being drained. The EMF jumped to 1.8. Then in the silence, I heard breathing. Soft. Slow. Every camera recorded it. This wasn't equipment failure. It was real. The second doll 3:07 a.m. When I opened the second box, a strong scent filled the room. Jasmine. The box had been sealed for weeks. In Vietnamese culture, jasmine is often linked to spirits of the dead. The EMF meter spiked wildly. Then the lights flickered. Once, twice, 3 times. On the third flicker, the infrared camera showed a dark shadow in the corner. I turned around. Nothing. I looked back at the screen. It was still there. When I put the doll down, the shadow vanished. The third doll, 3:31 a.m. The moment I opened the box, the EMF meter jumped to 7.9. The device warned, "Danger, leave area immediately." The doll stared directly at me. Its smile was wider than before. I picked it up. Instantly, I felt crushing pressure on my chest. I couldn't breathe. Then all 5 cameras shut off at the same time. Total darkness. And then I heard it, a soft female voice whispering, "Can you keep me with you?" I dropped the doll and ran. When the lights came back on, the doll's head had turned, facing the door I ran through. Aftermath. A shaman sealed the doll the next morning. He told me it carried a very strong spirit and should never be kept at home. It's now stored in a temple, sealed and isolated. Final thoughts. I don't know exactly what happened that night, but I know this. It was real, and it changed me forever. Some things can't be explained, and maybe some things shouldn't be. If you believe cursed dolls are real, comment A. If you think it's all psychological, comment B. And if you want to see the next video, 5 signs your doll is alive, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because trust me, the next one is even worse. Good night and sleep well.